Today, I'm going to talk about Guinness. That's not something you usually talk about, it's something you usually drink. This is about the Guinness Book of World Records. We'll talk more about the organization itself, other than the records it records. And it's a pretty interesting tale. The whole thing started as a result of an argument between two distinguished Brits back in 1951. It seems they were on a shooting party in the North Slob. That's by the River Stanley in County Wexford, Ireland. Sir Hugh Beaver was the managing director of the Guinness breweries. That's that dark beer that's like drinking a loaf of bread. Anyway, Sir Hugh had just missed a shot of a golden plover. That's a bird. After missing the shot, an argument ensued about which was the fastest game bird in Europe, the golden plover or the red grouse. It became clear that there was no way to settle the argument because no reference book with that information existed. Brits are great pub goers. A common way to pass the time while guzzling pints is to argue over who is the fastest, what is the biggest, and which is the longest. An argument with no conclusion can result in harsh words, bloody noses, and even world wars. Well, this type of thing can't be allowed to continue. Norris and Ross McWhirter ran a fact-finding agency in London, and Sir Hugh contacted them to put together a book of facts to avoid harsh words, bloody noses, and world wars. In 1954, they did just that. They printed 1,000 copies of the Guinness Book of Records and gave them all away. The Guinness Book of Records, which is now the Guinness Book of World Records, was a big hit. Today you need to buy the book, and there's a new edition each year. There are television shows all over the world featuring the Book of Records. And there are many Guinness World Record museums all over the world, including in New York, Tokyo, Copenhagen, and Gatlinburg, Tennessee. That's close to Dollywood. With all this excitement about world records, I'll bet many of you out there are anxious to know how you can get into the book. Gosh, I know I am. It's a long process, and it's expensive, about $800 to apply. That's all I've got to say about that. Now, I said at the beginning of this episode that I wouldn't dwell on individual records. But now that your minds are all aflutter, how could I not at least do a few? This is Takeru Kobayashi. He holds the world's record for the most hot dogs eaten in 3 minutes, 6, and the most meatballs eaten in 1 minute. That's 100. And don't confuse this with the Nathan's hot dog eating contest held each year at Coney Island, New York. And by the way, the 2021 champ of this event is Joey Chestnut, who ate 76 hot dogs in 10 minutes. Seems like he ought to be the champ. Lucky Diamond Rich has held the record for the most tattoos since 2006. And here's Sultan Kosin of Turkey, the world's tallest living person, and Chandra Bagdur Dagi of Nepal, who's recognized as the world's shortest man ever. This guy, whose name I won't attempt to pronounce, is credited for the world record for ironing, which is 2 days, 7 hours, and 56 minutes. I, by the way, hold the world record for procrastination of not jumping out of an airplane. And that would be 78 years. If anybody can beat this, let me know. Oh, Europe's fastest game bird is the golden plover.